Once you have found your vertex, you will be able to find your minimum or maximum value in your quadratic function. Because the parabola is set up as a U-shaped, that vertex lies at the bottom or the top of that U. So as you find your vertex, you can then figure out if you have a minimum. Or a maximum. So if your A value is positive, that means your parabola is pointing upwards. This means that your vertex will be the minimum. So the minimum will occur at the x value, your h value of your vertex, and the minimum value of the function will be the y value. Same thing goes if the parabola is, if you have a value less than 0 and your parabola is pointing downwards, that means your vertex will be the maximum. So the maximum will occur at that x equals h, and then the maximum value is the k value. So once you plug that in, you will be able to find it. So in every case, the vertex will be the maximum or the minimum. So if you are given an equation, so say you're given this quadratic function, and they ask you to find whether it has a maximum or a minimum value. The first thing you need to identify is the a. So in this case, our a value is equal to 4. That is clearly greater than 0. So that means our parabola is going to be pointing upwards. Our vertex will be located right here, and that means the vertex will be the minimum. All right, so I already know that we will have a minimum value, not a maximum, and then determine where it occurs. So because we are in standard form, we need to use the vertex information that we had in the last video. So the x value of the vertex is going to be negative b over 2a. So that's going to be the opposite of negative 16, which is positive 16, over 2 times 4. So 16 divided by 8 is 2. So the minimum, so I'm going to write a sentence over here. The minimum will occur at x equals 2. And then if you want to find out what the minimum value is, you will need to plug that in. So I'm going to take my function. I'm going to plug in 2. So 4 times 2 squared minus 16 times 2 plus 1,000. And I plugged that all in my calculator and I got 984. So the minimum will occur at x equals 2, and the minimum is 984. So it will occur at x equals 2, and the minimum value will be 984. So as you can see, not much more work than when we just found the vertex to begin with. All right, if you would like to try one, go ahead and press pause and give it a try. All right, so in this value, in this function, our a value is negative 3, which means it is less than 0. So that means our parabola is going to look like this. It's going to be opening downwards. So our vertex will be the maximum. So the vertex is the maximum. So I'm going to circle maximum. All right, so now we have to figure out where that happens and what the value is. So back to our axis of symmetry equation. There we go. So the opposite of b, so negative 18 over 2 times negative 3. So negative 18 over negative 6 is equal to 3. So the max occurs at x equals 3. And now we need to find the maximum value. So f of 3, so we're just going to take the function, we're going to plug in 3. So negative 3 times 3 squared plus 18 times 3 minus 10. Plug that all in my calculator, and I get 17. So the maximum occurs at x equals 3, and the maximum value is 17. All right, so hopefully that helps you with your maximums and minimums. That will help us as we lead into the next topic, which is finding domains and ranges of these parabolas. So come back for that video.